Hello, welcome back to YouTube. You joined me from my bedroom floor as I've had the opportunity to meet a lot of my Instagram followers recently with lots of different events happening, and I've also had plenty of questions and DMs in my comments asking what growing up playing handball looks like in the UK, what sort of opportunities there are, what my journey with handball has been up until this point. So I thought we would just get it all done together. I've got my whiteboard, I've made notes, so let's get into it. So my handball journey started in 2017 at a lunch taster session at my secondary school. My secondary school had quite a big handball scene at the time compared to other people. So this was my first experience of handball. I really liked it. I was playing all sports. I was that kid. I played every sport. And so this was just another one that I added into the rotation. 2018 is the year handball really picked up for me. My school was a part of the national schools competition. We did decently well. I really started to fall in love with it. At the time, I was also a part of Satellite Netball England pathway, so that was kind of my main focus, but handball was definitely starting to simmer under the surface of that. In 2019, I joined Stroud Handball Club, which was my local club in the same town as my secondary school. I had been dying to start in the club. At this point we were playing under 14s, and I also got the opportunity to be a part of the Regional Development Academy, which was very exciting and my first rung on the England Handball Pathway ladder. In 2020 I moved up to the under 16s squad of my club, and I got moved up from the Development Academy into the Performance Academy in the Southwest region. In July of 2021, I got my first call up for an under 17s GB camp, which was so exciting. I was completely out of my depth, but it was the first moment that handball really clicked as something that I wanted to do. I'd given up netball at that point, and so handball, I was all in on handball. During the 2021-22 season, my under 16s team made it to the playoff, which I have some footage of, which I will show you now. I was also called up to bench warm for the under 19s national final. I'm very grateful for that opportunity, but I don't consider that my first foray into under 19s. It was a cherry on top for what was a great season for my under 16s squad. In August of 2022, I went to Generation Handball with the GB under 17 squad. This was my first abroad camp, so it was very exciting. This is a bit of an interesting one for me. I had a lot of fun, but it was really hard and a massive wake-up call as to how far I had to go if I wanted to make handball something that I could do long-term. But it gave me the massive kick up the butt to make the decision I made later that year. And that decision was moving away from home at 16 to go to Loughborough College and be a part of EPA, which was another rung on the England performance ladder, where you train, live, and go to college. You train almost full time. This was really a make or break moment for me, but something I will be forever grateful that I chose to do. In October of 2022, I attended my first under 19s GB camp. This sucked. I'm going to be really honest. It was really hard, but again, it gave me even more motivation to really start pushing myself in EPA, which I think is a big reason why I saw so much improvement during this first year. So to round off the 22-23 season, the Loughborough under 19 squad won national championships, and the women's squad that I'd been a part of through the year went to Final Four. This season was a bit rocky for me, I'm going to be completely honest. It all seems very plain sailing when you write it out, but this was really rough. I was finding my footing being away from home. I was only 17, but I was kind of finding my way, and towards the end of this season, I really sort of found my groove. In July of 2023, I went to Kosovo for the first time, first of many, to attend the Under-19s European Championships. Interesting experience, this one. We lost everything pretty badly. I didn't play a lot, but I was very excited to be there and have the opportunity to go anyway, as I was a reserve and got a last-minute chance to go. In October of 2023, we went back to Kosovo for this time for the IHF Trophy, which we ended up winning, which was a massive deal for British handball at the time, proving that this pathway that so many of our players that were in this squad had been through was working and something was changing, and we were finally going to make a name for ourselves on the international stage. Because we won in October, that means we qualified for the intercontinental phase in February in Uzbekistan. We walked away with a silver medal from this, which was frustrating because I think everyone in that squad agrees that we definitely could have won, but exciting experience nonetheless. To wrap up the 23-24 season, we won the Premier League North this year, and that meant that we qualified for the British Super Cup, which we went on to win, which was a massive deal. That is honestly one of the highlights of my handball career thus far, and we retained our under-19s title for the second year running. In June of 2024, I graduated from Loughborough College and EPA, having spent the most amazing 2 years at there. It was honestly something that changed my life. If anybody in the England handball pathway is watching this and they're making the decision whether or not to go, I honestly couldn't recommend it enough. It's made me the player and person I am today, and I will be forever grateful for this experience. September of 2024, I got invited to my first senior GB camp. It was a massive surprise to me. I did not expect to be asked this soon out of under-19s, but I took this opportunity with 2 hands, and I had so much fun on this camp. In October of 2024, I started at Loughborough Uni, just across the road from Loughborough College, so it was all very familiar to me, and I started EPA Plus, which was its inaugural year, giving an opportunity for players like me who have been through this pathway and been through EPA to continue with that level of training through university studies and beyond. We're so incredibly lucky as a women's side of British handball to have this opportunity, and I definitely don't take it for granted. Since this seems like a relevant piece of information, in October of 2024, I started Tabby on Court because I wanted to document these years in my life. I wish I'd have the confidence to start it when I started EPA and I had all those memories on film. But c'est la vie, I started it in 2024. I knew that I'd want to have these memories documented because this was going to be such a special few years in my life. In March of 2024, I got to make my first GB senior cap at the European qualifiers, and I scored my first goal. This was an incredibly exciting and unexpected opportunity, but one I am so grateful for. So to round off the 24-25 season, Loughborough Handball went completely undefeated this season, taking the National Cup title, the Premier League North, and the British Super Cup for the second year running. This season was undescribable. To be a part of this group and this team and achieving something so incredible was so special. Something a bit unexpected, in December 2025, got invited to participate in the Legends match as an England handball ambassador. Thanks to Tabby on Court and everything it achieved. This was such a special opportunity, obviously, to play with European, World, Olympic, Champions League winners and medalists was insane, but also getting to be a female representation for all of the kids who were still in the regional performance pathway, exactly where I'd been a few years prior, was so special, and getting to speak and interact with people at this was something that will stay with me forever. So that leads us to present day, in January of 2026. I'm still a part of Loughborough Handball women's first team in EPA Plus, training every week with them. I'm in my second year at Loughborough Uni, and I'm now coaching Regional Academy and our under-14 squad, which is so full circle to be able to give back to where I started all those years ago. I'm not writing national squad on here because that feels like it's jinxing it. That position is never guaranteed, but I will continue working hard and hopefully be invited back next time. So here is my handball journey today. It is kind of crazy to see it all written out. It's been a wild ride, but one I'm forever grateful for and hope will continue for many years to come. I wanted to do this video because after speaking with a lot of people at the Legends match and getting an opportunity to meet so many young players who are in this regional academy pathway of England handball right now, I wanted for them to see that I've been exactly where they are. And what it took for me to get to where I am right now. Being told I'm a role model for some of these kids is so crazy, but I wanted to show that it's an amazing and very fulfilling journey to go through all these stages, but it's also hard. There are setbacks. The amount of setbacks that happen in here is crazy. Many tears, blood, sweat, but it is all worth it. You just have to have the determination and a bit of grit. a lot of grit. But I'm forever grateful for it, and yeah, I hope this inspires some people, or just informs people. If you're nosy, I'm definitely nosy. But also, if you're an adult and you want to get into handball, there are so many opportunities. Clubs would love to have you. You don't have to be playing since you were 13. It's such a great sport to pick up when you're an adult, and in my opinion, which is very biased, I think we're handball players and handball teams are some of the coolest people out there. So you'll find a place where you belong. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you next month with something else fun that I need to put on the internet.